When people feel like they matter to you, then what you feel like matters to them. I remember starting the church, and I felt like my whole life I've been trying to matter to my father. I wanted to feel like I mattered. I wanted to feel like I was important or significant or was needed by my father. And for the longest, for years, I mean, literally 30 something years of my life, I had taken this approach that I was going to prove that I mattered. I took this approach that I was going to show him that I should matter, that I want him to feel like I'm important, like I'm really needed in his life. And quite frankly, it was a fail. For 30, almost 33 years, I failed at doing that. And no matter what I did, I still never felt like I mattered to my father. I never felt like my feelings mattered, like what I thought, what I had on my heart, it really didn't matter. What I wanted didn't matter. And so when I got about 30, was close to about 33 years old, I decided I was going to change. I was going to do something completely different, because for almost 33 years, I had failed at this thing. Here's what I did. I decided that instead of me making my father, or wanting to feel like I matter, I wanted to make my father know that I was important. Here's what I decided. I flipped the script, and I decided I was going to make him feel like he mattered. I was going to make him feel like he was important and he was needed. And so we were starting the church, and as we started our church, he had started several churches, and I just started calling him and asking him his advice. Not necessarily always because I needed it, but because I wanted him to understand how important he was in my life. And so I started asking him advice. I started asking him about what he did. I started asking him about his life, him starting the church, his experiences. And all of a sudden, he began to share so many things with me. All of a sudden, he started asking me questions about how I felt about certain things. And it was then that I recognized, I now feel like I matter to him. But the only way I got here was that I had to first make sure he knew he mattered to me. I had to make him feel like he mattered first. And I know for some of you, my thought was the same way. That's why it took me 33 years to get to this place where I was like, he's the father. He's my dad. He's the parent. He's the older one. He should be doing ... And the reality is, y'all, that's not always the case. And who said it was supposed to always be like that? If you want the relationship, if you want to feel like you matter, there are times in our lives with certain relationships that you must first give before you receive. And I don't know who that is for today, but you could be missing out on the greatest relationship like I had with my father because you won't change your thinking, because you won't let go of what you think should happen. If you let go of what you think should happen and do what it takes, I promise you that you will have a different experience. I promise you, you have a better experience than you've had. Oh man, I don't know who I'm talking to. Some of you have been doing it longer than me. But I want to encourage you today. Try it different. You know what the definition of insanity, doing it the same way but expecting different results. Some of us have been doing things the same way, trying to get attention, trying to get people, trying to feel like we matter to someone. Y'all, stop. It's insane. That won't work. You're dealing with somebody who is built and structured a little different. And this week we'll talk more about that. Because this week the whole series is about the art of listening. The art of listening. And so if you want to feel like you matter, you must first make people feel like, or help them to feel like they matter to you. Do something different, and perhaps you'll get different results. Listen, check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you make some comments. I love to talk with you. If you haven't gotten my book already, go get the book. Some Things Are Worth Fighting For. I've got all these stories, all this experience I have of doing what I'm telling you to do or doing what I'm suggesting. I know it worked for me, and perhaps it'll work for you too. I just want to encourage you to at least try to do things different. If you don't remember anything else, remember that when people feel like they matter to you, then what you feel like will matter to them. I pray for you this week that you have the courage and the boldness to let go of whatever is holding you back from restoring your relationships. I believe that sometimes, even though it's difficult, I still believe in my heart that there are some things worth fighting for. God bless you.